It is too dark, eh? Ready? I hope you guys enjoyed those clips. That was from our weekend away this past weekend. I thought at the end of this video I would answer some of the comments or just read over them and kind of, I don't know, instead of commenting to respond, just respond by posting this at the end of the video. So I'm going to respond to two people, Matthew Bernardi and Quinn Fontaine. I'm going to start with Matthew because some of what he asked might play into kind of how I'm going to answer Quinn's. So Matthew said, "Howdy, Barb. Howdy, Bob. Glad to see all is well with you. I was looking at some of your other videos and I'm wondering why you live in the tiny house, basically instead of the main house. Is the main house not yours or just cheaper to be in a tiny house?" So if you remember some of our older videos, there wasn't a ton, but we were in an apartment. We got married a year and a half ago, moved into an apartment, and it was really cool living there, but it was also really expensive. So we started looking at alternative living, and the idea came up that we'd like move into a van, and that just came from watching YouTube videos. One night we were inspired and decided to start moving in that direction. And that plan basically just evolved into a tiny house, and the plan kept evolving until finally we found a location where we could build this structure. And unlike a lot of tiny houses, this isn't on wheels. This is actually a shed kit that we had a company make the basic structure of, and then we basically did everything else, all the insulating and paneling and floors and walls and all of that. So the main house is not our own. The deal we kind of worked out is that this tiny house will stay here, so the owners of the property will get it and get to use it as like a office or whatever they want to use it for. They also went half in on the price with us, so we ended up being able to do all of this, build this whole place for around $5,000, and then our first goal was to get debt free, and we accomplished that much quicker than we thought we were going to this year, which is cool. So now we're basically just going to save for land, and then we will hopefully buy land or buy a house, but probably buy land and then just build something again, but it'll be our own. So we're basically just about rent-free. We pay for like the water and stuff like that, but it's literally more than 10 times less than what we were paying at our apartment. So I hope that answers that. So no, we don't own the main house, but we do own our tiny house. So next was Quinn. So Quinn said, "Hey Bob, Merry Christmas. It's good to hear from you. I'm in my last year of high school and I'm off to university next year. or to study law. Honestly, I don't really know if that's what I want to do. I'm from a Chinese family and I go to a Chinese school, and I've been sort of pushed down that path. It's sort of weird it's sort of weird in Hong Kong. All anyone seems to care about is how much money they have and what they can buy. Seeing stuff like this helps me to remember that it isn't really about that. That you can have a happy life in a tiny house. I just wish I'd be able to convince my parents of that. A bit of a tangent, but just something I thought I'd throw out there. All the best and happy holidays. Happy holidays, Quinn. And I think it's really cool that you're all the way over in Hong Kong and you're getting perspective from the way that we've decided to live our life. And I think that you're spot on when it comes to, I guess, people caring a lot about money and that not really always leading to happiness. So for us, we live in a tiny house, and we had many different reasons for doing this. A lot of it was just, even in our tiny apartment, we felt like we had more than we needed. The more stuff we got rid of, and the simpler we lived, just having a duffel bag worth of clothes, which we each have, and a tiny stack of books and a notebook, and just having less stuff. It's just less to worry about, less to think about, and you can focus on relationships and giving back and things like that, which are what make us happy. I know for me personally, going into like this holiday season, I was very, even with the tiny house and everything, and we've been like so blessed, I was getting kind of Scrooge like and really focused on money and trying to make money and save money and all of these things. And I finally kind of broke through that and started to give our time and whatnot. It's crazy how much more you laugh and how less stressed out you are and all of that. So, yeah, I've recorded this video a couple times, this answer, and I've also been thinking about this all night since you commented, because I want to give you some kind of big, like, mind-blowing response about kind of your parents pushing you in this direction and all of these different things. And I wish I had all the answers, but we're just doing what we're doing, and it's working, and we're very happy, very, very happy, living in a 120 square foot tiny house with very little stuff, and just spending time in community and with our family and things like that. And that's what makes us happy. And the more I focus on money and making money in business and all of that, that doesn't make me happy. So I think you're onto something there. So hope this answered your questions. If you have any more questions, feel free to comment. And again, have a good Christmas.